Welcome to Amplifying Leadership and Tip Thursday with Tara. I am Tara Lehman, a partner, coach, and consultant at Twin Life Coaching and Business Services, of which Amplifying Leadership is a division. I hope to bring you some information or a key takeaway you can use to build, enhance, or grow your leadership skills through Tip Thursday. Today, we are going to talk about meetings and how we can actually be more effective with them. There are several things to consider here, and we want to be very, very cognizant of the fact that there may be too many meetings. They might go too long. Maybe we don't need to be there or somebody else doesn't. So today I want to give you a few tips when it comes to having effective meetings. First, I want you to consider, does it need to be a meeting? Do we need to gather everybody together to have a meeting, or is this something that could be an email? Could it be something that's put into a newsletter or a board posting, something like that? Does it need to be a meeting? If it does need to be a meeting, then schedule it in advance. Everybody is really busy on your team, maybe with your peers, if it's a leadership team that the meeting is for. Everybody is busy. We don't want to have a meeting an hour from now because you decide you need it and we're all trying to meet a deadline, unless that is an urgent meeting that needs to happen. So book it in advance where and if possible. It gives everybody a chance to finish up what they need to do and not rush to a meeting. When you do book that meeting with everybody, send the agenda in advance and stick to it. When you send the agenda in advance, it allows people to prepare for the meeting. It allows people to see how much time you're allowing for each subject, know if they have something that they have to bring, and maybe other preparations that may need to happen. So make sure you have an agenda, and during the meeting, stick to the agenda. When you are now in your meeting, I want you to start on time. If there's only 2 out of 10 people there on time, you start on time. The purpose behind this, and make sure everybody knows in advance that you're starting strictly on time, is to not waste your or anybody else's time. Everybody is busy, right? So if we scheduled 1 hour for this and it's going to take the whole hour, you are starting on time. Make sure you are there a couple minutes early. As the leader of a meeting that you're scheduling, never be late, because you need to lead by example. During the meeting, if the agenda is going well and then a conversation does start to drift off what you need it to be talking about in that meeting, simply ask the people if they could take that outside of the meeting and schedule a different call and come back to refocusing on the agenda so everybody can get back to work. When you are doing the inviting, by the way, I want to mention that you need to invite, and in the 2 of the meeting requests, who you're requiring to be there. Make sure it's only those required people who need to be there. Everybody else can be an optional guest who you feel could benefit from the meeting. However, allowing people to be optional gives them that out if they have a very important task they're working on that day and they just can't make that meeting, but they also weren't going to be maybe a presenter or big contributor. So the required attendees should be the ones that are absolutely necessary to be there. Everyone else that you wish to invite or wish there should be an optional person to invite, so they have a choice if something more urgent comes up. When you are doing an agenda, you make sure you stick with the time limits. Maybe it's 5 minutes for an introduction and financial review, and it's 5 minutes for each management team member to give, their feedback on whatever it is you're discussing. Stick to that time. You want to begin and end your meeting on time because everybody's time is valuable. As a leadership coach, I hear all the time how there is never enough time. So in order to find the time, you need to stick to your timelines and be pretty strict about it. Perhaps you have somebody there who is in the meeting as an assistant to help make sure you stay on track. And if you can't finish the meeting on time, don't go over. Be respectful of everybody else's time and other requirements they have, and simply say, Okay, we didn't get through the whole agenda today. Let's schedule a time to finish up. Or if at all possible, finish it up in another way. Email, quick conversation by the two people that need to talk, whatever that is. Then make sure during your meeting, right near the end, you save a few minutes to create those action plans that need to come from that meeting, assign the responsibility to a person, and the timeline that they're committing to get the actions done. Make sure that these are followed up. So whether it be you as the leader of a meeting or an assistant that you have do the follow-up, make sure the follow-up is happening in person, via email, or any other communication that you use, so that you know these action plans aren't going to be just another action plan to look into next time to see if it was done. All right. Those are a few tips to have better, effective meetings. There are a lot more out there, of course, but I find that these are the ones that come up most often when I'm talking with my leadership clients. All right. So there you go. You got some meeting tips for today. If you are wanting to develop your skills, or perhaps you want to join a supportive leadership community, please visit us at amplifyingleadership.ca, a Twin Life Coaching and Business Services division. Until next time, please be safe and be an amazing leader or leader to be.